get my little country accent out. My little Kansas country accent. I should have been a cowboy. This is Flint Hills Ranchin Adventures. It's in Strong City, Kansas. I've never gone on a cattle drive before, so this is gonna be really cool. I had a horse for like 10 years. I just did a lot of trail riding. I also play polo. It's 6:40 right now. I had to wake up at 5 a.m. and drive on over here. And it was dark most of the drive, but now it's really pretty. I get to watch the sun rise and the landscape. It's springtime, so the new grass is growing, and the sky is like fiery orange with the sunrise. And living in Kansas, it's a different way of life. People are pretty nice, and life is a lot slower than in like big cities. I feel like life goes by pretty quickly. Everything's happening. Out here, everything seems to slow down a little bit. It's just simpler. It's a simpler way of living. I'm going to meet with Rex first, and kind of this far out of the city, the GPS doesn't really work. Rex told me, he was like, you can use your GPS to get there, but lots of people get lost. And it's like, he sent me a picture of his mailbox so I could find it. I follow them on Facebook, and they posted that they're moving their yearling calves, or yearling cows, and that they're pretty wild and it usually gets out of control. And he's like, do you know how to ride? Because we're not going to babysit you. I saw the post on Facebook, and everyone was like, that sounds fun. This is going to be a fun one. So I thought, I'm not doing anything on this beautiful Saturday, so I'm gonna go do a cattle drive. I'll be wearing a GoPro, so hopefully I get some good shots for you guys. Alright, I just got to Rex's house. I met my horse, Lady. She's a buckskin. She's real pretty. And he had some baby cows there. They were so cute. Really pretty property. Now we're going to the place where I guess we start. I'm excited. The cattle drive, it was awesome. The guys handling it, they know what they're doing. You know, they're very good at like telling you where to be at to help, you know. I mean, they're like real cowboys. They raise horses, they raise cows. Those guys are the real deal. So we started at the barn. All the calves, the yearling calves were there. We opened the gate, and they just kind of were herding out of the gate, and there was, you know, the path that they take, and then we're in the open pasture. So then we're just kind of like being the borderline for the direction they need to go, and there's people on horses in the back pushing the cows forward, and then there's people on horses in the front, and they're kind of steering the direction of the herd. So I started off in the front, helping out. Everything went really well. It was really fun. It was really pretty. There were lots of creeks that we crossed. There were steep parts, there were rocky parts. It was cold. I think it was in like the 40s and 50s, and it was windy. I wore a couple layers. I had gloves on. My socks were probably too thin because my feet got pretty cold. My hands got pretty cold too. But it was doable, and it was fun. It was also really dusty, like riding behind the cows or in the cow had like mud cakes in my eyes and there's like dirt on my face. It's a really like cool experience from someone who eats a lot of steak and burgers, you know, to like be part of the process of, I guess, seeing them move from pasture to pasture. I guess it's just like, you know, you see all these yearling cows and you're looking at them in the eye and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna eat you one day, or I mean tonight I'm going home and having steak. So it's just a very circle of life kind of thing, but it's cool to like be part of the process. So these cows, they are gonna be in the pasture for a little bit longer, and then they'll move to a feedlot, and then they'll go to a slaughterhouse, like most of the cows in America. The pasture, going through the pasture was really beautiful. There would be points when you're going through the pasture and you can't see any fence for miles, and it feels like you're lost at sea, but it's like you're lost on land. Like any direction you go, it's just more green hills, and it's really pretty. Rex was leading the group, and he would like go the direction we needed to go, and he'd go over a hill and we'd lose him, and then we'd like get up to that hill and he'd be like way over here, and we'd be like steer the cows that way. And then at the end, Rex's wife came to pick us all up, and she brought us food. It was home cooked. It was like potatoes and ham and corn, like chowder or soup, and it had cornbread, and there were chocolate cupcakes, and it was all homemade. It was all delicious. I had 2 servings. I would have had 3, but we ran out. There was 8 of us, so we all piled in the truck, and there were 3 people in the back, which that's another cool thing about like doing stuff like this. Like, it's in the middle of nowhere, Kansas. The cost of it was $300. It was $100 for the horse and $200 for the adventure. They do other adventures too. I think they do like overnight adventures where you can like camp and help move cattle. If you guys are ever in this area of Kansas and you are looking for something to do, I recommend looking up Flint Hills Ranchin Adventures. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm gonna be having a fun time. I hope you have a fun time watching it. Ma'am, sir, ma'am, thanks for watching.